In a video game, if you come across an empty room with a health pack, extra ammo, and a save point, you know some serious shit is about to go down. What is the real life equivalent of this? Recent experience. 11 PM in a particularly rough neighborhood, random guy on a bicycle calls out from a distance and is riding towards us at an alarming pace. Me and my friend stand firm expecting trouble as the cyclist slows his pace. Cyclist, Geo. Keep walking. Friend, what? Cyclist begins to pick up pace again. Cyclist, madness just happened down the road. Keep moving. Friend, say no more. Couple minutes later police sirens ring out a couple blocks over. Found out the next day someone's body was found chopped up and left out in the street. I expected murder, attempted murder, gunshots, gang war. I got a chopped up dude. What the heck? Well, a chopped up dude is probably murder. It's not like he chopped himself up. An extremely violent culinary mishap. Bowers being present in a meeting you've been invited to. Yeah, they pulled that one on me when I was being promoted. Scared the shit out of me. I walked in, saw the people there and immediately said UHH, should I be packing my stuff? Fortunately everyone laughed and said no, it's good news, we promise. Fuckers. They should have said yes, let you freak out a bit more, and then told you it's because you're moving to a bigger office. Home office with no pay. Congrats, you have been promoted to customer. Customer's always right. Waking up and having a lot of missed calls from family members. My grandmother is in hospice. My aunt is pretty sick too. My mom called me 3 times one afternoon while I was at work. Normally she texts me first. Saw the missed calls, called her back in a panic. She just wanted me to help her pick out a new USB travel charger. My mom did that once while I was in college at 9 PM on a Friday night. Thought someone died or someone else was using her phone to tell me something, but no, just her asking what I was up to because she was bored. I was shit-faced. So my mom did this to me a couple days ago. She has cancer, and when she started calling out of the blue my soul left my body for a moment. I was convinced it was someone else calling to give me the bad news. Nah, everything was fine. She just wanted to chat. I was super wired during that convo from the fear-fueled adrenaline rush that gave me lol. She wasn't bored. She missed you, you little shit. Coming home to all your friends and family, but it's not your birthday. This has been my worst birthday yet. The food's terrible. Everyone's telling me to quit drinking, and it's not even my birthday. And there's no booze. How am I supposed to party without booze? *SHAKES head, I need a drink. Reaches for vodka bottle hidden behind bookshelf. Grandma starts crying, offers bottle to grandma. In war, before they send you into your likely death, they'd often feed you much better than usual. The Navy does steak and lobster and or breaks out the ice cream when deployment is about to be extended. Steak and lobster every 2 weeks for an undetermined amount of time. They never just simply block extend. No, it's fucking 2 days here and 1 week there until not even the faintest aroma of hope exists in the shit pile of a hope-eating monster. Also steak and lobster for inspection teams and pre-inspection teams and pre-pre-pre-inspection teams. We were given an ice cream social and then told that the ship that was going replace us on station broke and we were being extended for an undetermined amount of time. Having a timeline sucks, but it gives you something to look forward to. We had no idea how long we were going to be there. By the end we were eating pancakes at every meal because it was the only food we could make. Edit, I was on a submarine. Oh cool, so the goddamn Navy ruined pancakes? That's where I draw the line. Absolutely. Funny story about that. My friends and family come visit when I got back. Woke up on the first morning back to my best friend, non-Navy, making pancakes, thinking has being nice. When all the higher ups suddenly start taking their accumulated vacations. That's when you know the company is about to blow and it's time to find a job before you find yourself without one. Then you go for an interview and find one of your colleagues also applying for the same position. And somebody steals your focus. I was an admin at an old job, and one of my duties was to go through the spam filter just to make sure no legitimate email had been accidentally flagged for inappropriate language, etc. The company was going through a rough stretch for a while and the CEO embarked on a nationwide tour to reassure all the staff about how everything was looking up and the future is bright. One day I'm looking through the spam filter and here is an email from same CEO writing to a fellow higher up in another company asking about possible employment opportunities there because there is no future in this place. Company will close soon. So, did the company close? What happened to the CEO? I need answers to these burning questions. CEO left about a month later. The majority shareholder who owned 70% just walked away. Gov took over, and they are figuring out how to settle the $500 million plus debt they acquired. Take a seat. Shut the door. Is it okay if I shut the door first? From the original comment I can now only imagine someone ass dragging the chair to get to the door, shut it, then ass drag it back to get in front of the person speaking. All happening in a large echoing room with several silent businessmen. This is why we are firing you, Smith. Why? Because I perform tasks in the order they are given to me. That's why you don't hire programmers. Turn on your TV. What channel? Doesn't matter. Inspired by a Reddit comment. Did all non-news broadcasts stop on 9/11? I vaguely remember flipping through channels and seeing information on entertainment stations. I think I remember reading here on 9/11 that some stations showed children's programming then, even when it was out of its time block, so kids that were being sent from school early didn't have to see only the tower footage and be scared. PBS bless them. You should invite a trusted co-worker or member of your union to this meeting. Had something similar for a collusion accusation for one of my programs in my assignment. Damn near shit myself. I have on good authority collusion isn't a crime. Follow-up doctor's appointment after a medical test, and the receptionist tells you to bring a friend when they schedule the visit. This happened to my wife. Long story short, cancer. She has been cancer-free for 15 years after treatment. I got a letter from my doctor saying you must bring a support person about 2 months ago. The doctor just wanted to catch up and see how I was doing. But doc, you are my support person. That is just cruel. Oh, and when the formerly very friendly receptionist suddenly can't look at you when they put you in the room to wait for the doctor and no one has looked you in the eye once, you know then. I sure did. As a child, knowing that you've done something you shouldn't have, and as you eat dinner your parents suddenly go silent and look at you. We are getting a divorce. And before you start to question if it's your fault, I just want to make it clear here and now, it's absolutely your fault, you ungrateful shit. You've got no moves. Your mother is fucking the milkman. My dad used to segue into the you done fucked up conversation by turning off the internet access without telling me. This led to the inevitable moment of debating if we were having internet issues from the provider or if I did something I didn't know about. Always led to the gambling question, why is the internet not working? Someone you don't know asks for you using your full name. It's usually a semi-government agency and it's never free cupcakes. Damn, it's not the single mom from my area this time either. Single FBI agents in your area are looking for a discreet one-way relationship. Edit. Highest rated comment is now about government mass surveillance. I wouldn't have it any other way. I was flying as an unaccompanied minor with my twin brother when we were maybe 9 or 10. On this one flight a crew member came up to our seats and called us by our first and last names 96. I remember being so scared and worried I almost shit my pants. It turned out to be one of my dad's clients who had recognized our last name from the flight manifest and was upgrading us to first class. Edit. Forgot to mention that after he called us by name he also asked about a little sister and mother by name, which only made me shit even harder. That literally fucking happened to me once, and it scared me half to death. I read the finals schedule wrong, sauntered around on campus, bought my blue book, enjoyed the sunshine, ran into a classmate. OMG turtle, aren't you freaked out about the final? What? No. I have an A in class. It'll be a cakewalk. You do realize it was at 10 AM, right? I just sprinted to class. There were still a few students in there. Professor rolled his eyes and handed me a test. I finished it in time and even passed, but holy cow my heart was running a million miles a minute. Similar thing happened to me. stayed up stupidly late to study, and set 3 alarms to wake me up in 2 hours. Woke up to my alarm, but immediately knew something was wrong, but I was still groggy, so I didn't quite know what it was. I finally focused on the clock and realized I was 1 hour into my 2-hour final. I let out quite a few expletives, threw on a shirt, and sprinted to class. I got there with about 30 minutes left, sweating and panting that I could make it. The professor just looked at me and said, "You're sick. Come back Friday at 10. I was so frazzled I didn't understand what he meant at first, so he repeated himself, "You're sick. Come back Friday at 10. I thanked him and went to bed. Came back Friday and aced it. When you do something you know you're supposed to be in trouble for, but your mom is all quiet and sad, but nice to you. I hate this. I'd rather be punished and hit with the wooden spoon or flip-flop than deal with that torture. All out of wooden spoons. It's sad and quiet but nice treatment for you." Weather-related incidents are usually come in the build up, with animals suddenly starting to freak out. Same with seismic events. One day, when I was living in LA, my cat ran straight up the curtains. She was athletic, but I'd never seen her do that before. 5 seconds later, my phone and AIM blew up with friends from Orange County saying, "Did you feel that earthquake?" No. But apparently the cat did. Wanna talk to her? It freaked me out. I always thought this was exaggerated bullshit, but I'm now a firm believer. A buddy of mine and I were sitting on his front porch in Humboldt County when both of his normally lethargic dogs jumped up out of a dead sleep, howled, and then bolted into the forest behind his house. My friend paused from his deep and just said, "Earthquakes common." Sure as shit, a little baby shaker came a few minutes later. It made me think that it sucks to know that animals have these badass superpower instincts, while we are known to drive our cars into a lake because GPS said to turn right. When you are walking through the woods and everything gets silent, no crickets, no birds, nothing. They've recognized 2 creatures are in the area that won't get along well. One is you, and hopefully the second remains a mystery. It's weird to think that we think of ourselves as pretty squishy and vulnerable in the wilderness, but every other life form sees us the apex predator we are. Then out of the corner of your eye you spot him. Sheer la biaf.